Hello, students, and welcome again to English Review with Professor Grenda Carrion. Today, we are going to talk about simple present tense. First, a review. The simple present is also called present simple or present indefinite. It's a verb tense which is used to show repetition, habit, or generalization. The simple present uses the base form of the verb. When the pronouns are I, you, they, or we, the questions are made with the auxiliary verb do, and the negative forms are made with do not. So, whenever you have an action that is repeated constantly, then it's a habit or something that is true or a generalization, you will use simple present, okay? El presente simple es el que estamos trabajando ahora. Es un tiempo del verbo en español y en inglés que se utiliza para hablar de cosas que son como rutinas, hábitos, cosas que son ciertas o que las generalizamos o cosas que se repiten constantemente. Por ejemplo, yo me levanto a las 7 de la mañana todos los días. Eso es algo que se repite todos los días. Para eso yo utilizaría presente simple o simple present, okay? Now, another important thing is that there are two ways to use simple present. One way is used with the pronouns I, you, they, and we. And a different way is for the third person singular, she, he, and it. Hay dos formas de utilizar el simple present. Una va a ser con los pronombres yo, tú o ustedes, ellos y nosotros. ¿Right? Y hay otra forma que se utiliza para los pronombres ella, él y eso. ¿Ok? Que son los third person singular en tercera persona. Y esto es bien importante porque es bien diferente en español y en inglés. ¿Ok? Let's look at the examples. To make a positive statement, you would say, you speak English. Tú hablas inglés. To make a question, you would say, do you speak English? ¿Hablas inglés? ¿Ya? Y tú me dirías, pero entonces, ¿qué significa el do? El do está ahí simplemente para dejarte saber que eso es una pregunta. No tiene un significado como tal en esta oración porque es una pregunta. Do, cuando está usado en una oración afirmativa, puede significar hacer, ¿verdad? Pero cuando está en una pregunta o cuando está en un negativo, realmente está ahí para dejarte saber que es una pregunta y que es un negativo. ¿Ok? So, positive or affirmative statement. You speak English. Question. Do you speak English? And negative statement. You do not speak English. Right? Con I, con you, con they, and con we, vamos a usar do. But there is a second way to use the simple present, and that is with the third person singular. In the third person singular, pronouns she, he, and it. An S or ES is added to the verb when the statement is positive or affirmative. Questions are made with the auxiliary verb does, and negative forms are made with does not. So look at these examples. They are a little different. Positive or affirmative statement. He speaks English. Notice that there is an S added to the verb. This does not mean that this verb is plural. It just means that it's in third person singular, and this only happens with the pronouns she, he, or it, with the third person singular. ¿Ok? Esto lo que significa es, él habla inglés. El hecho de que tenga una S, el verbo, no significa que es plural. Esta es la forma gramatical correcta en inglés para hablar sobre la tercera persona, él, ella o eso. ¿Ok? En presente simple. Esto es algo bien importante que te lo aprendas porque es diferente al español. Y es una de esas reglas en inglés que se nos hace bien difícil entender porque en español no existe. So whenever it's she, he, or it, you would add an S or a ES to the verb when it's affirmative. But when it's negative, you will use the auxiliary verb does, but the verb will remain without the S. Are you following? Look at this. Does he speak English? Notice that it doesn't say, does he speaks? No. Why not? Because you already have the S right here. That S that we added here at the verb is right here in the auxiliary verb, so you don't need to repeat it, okay? So he speaks English. Does he speak English would be the question, and he does not speak English would be the negative. But as I know that this is difficult to grasp, I will show you how to construct sentences using simple present. So, affirmative. I'm going to start with the pronoun I. I run 3 miles every day. Remember that these are things that are repetitive, right? I run 3 miles every day. It's repeating itself. Let's change that into negative. I do not run 3 miles every day. And now I'm going to convert that into a question. Remember that questions start first with the auxiliary verb. Do you or run 3 miles every day? That is the first example. I'm going to make an example now with third person singular. Let's select he. He talks on the phone with Mary. Yeah, with Mary in the evenings. Again, repetitive, right? He talks on the phone with Mary in the evenings. Notice that I added the S to the verb, okay? He talks. But now I want to do it in negative form. So now I have to add does not, right? And this is the way to do it. He does not talk, no S, on the phone with Mary in the evenings. Now let's make a question. Remember that we start the question with the auxiliary verb, but since the pronoun is he, we need to use does he talk on the phone with Mary every day? Auxiliary verb does, and talk does not have an S. Okay? last example, I'm going to do it with they. They go to the movies on Thursday. They go. Notice that the verb does not have an S because it's with the pronoun they. Now let's see. Negative form. With they, we need to use do not go to the movies on Thursdays. And question, auxiliary verb first. Do they go to the movies on Thursdays? Okay. And that would be your third example. Now, in these exercises, what you need to identify is if the sentence is correct or incorrect. Okay? So exercise number 1, Maria drink coffee in the morning. Number 2, the kids play football every day. Number 3, Sandra does not wear high heels. Number 4, what do you want to eat for dinner? And number 5, does I look good today? So answer these exercises and I'll see you in the next video.